welcome back to my channel. I am Rachel, if you do not already know. I'm a homeschooling mom to 3 kiddos, and today we are talking reward systems. Okay, I'm on the floor beside my kitchen and the market area to kind of show you our reward system and how it works. A reward system, if you do not already know, stems from the idea of positive parenting. And positive parenting is really just where you reward or you notice and focus on the positive behavior of a kid versus the negative. The idea is really to ignore the negative behavior that they have and do not respond to it so they do not continue that behavior or get any attention from that negative behavior. And you want to make sure you focus and give all of your attention on their positive behavior. I go to YouTube and Pinterest and Google a lot in terms of trying to get ideas. So if you are here trying to get an idea, I want to go ahead and tell you some of the things we've done in the past, what has worked, and sort of what has not. I first learned about positive parenting really just from other moms when my oldest son was a toddler and we were all just kind of having a conversation. I think one of my mom friends happened to mention it, and of course you Google it. So at the time, my 3-year-old was kind of having some temper tantrums and some behavioral issues. So when I looked into it and we decided to start doing a reward system, or thus positive parenting, it really worked really well. When he got older, we started to do a ticketing system. In the ticket system, you basically, whenever I catch you doing something good, whether it's being kind to your sister or helping mom with something, or just your behavior being really good overall, during a certain activity or whatever it is, I try to give as many tickets as I can that is reasonable and possible. So yeah, they'll just get a ticket for that, and then they buy prizes from a prize basket with those tickets. I have been using the ticketing system for a really long time, and I absolutely love it. I think it works exceptionally well. So you might wonder, well, doesn't she just do that downstairs in the schoolroom? No, I don't. So, okay, it was tried. So I brought the ticketing system downstairs, and basically it was sort of a combined thing in that, okay, you earn tickets if you get dressed for school, and you earn tickets as long as you don't fuss and complain, or, you might get an extra ticket if you end up helping a sibling with something or whatever it is. That sounds great, and they would earn tickets. However, I was finding an issue with combining them. So they would have tickets downstairs, and you had to bring it in your backpack downstairs, the container, and try to remember it. And then I was finding tickets all over the place. It was getting so messed up that I was like, it blew into shambles because it ended up not working. And then I ended up just completely scratching the whole thing because it was frustrating me. And then behavior started going and downward spiraling. Okay. So I found that the ticketing system down here is not going to be combined with the one upstairs. So after the ticketing failure, I decided to do just a different concept for downstairs in the homeschool. So we tried this lovely punch card reward system, in that when you filled out a punch card for, your different activities and your different behavior, then you got to pick a prize out of the prize bin, and it was a separate area downstairs, totally different prize bin. And that worked okay, but I found that it was just getting monotonous trying to remember how many punches they need in a day. As you are teaching, it's a lot different than just being upstairs and noticing good behavior and then going to get a ticket. It's not as big of a deal as okay, I'm trying to make sure they learn, and I need to remember what lesson or what thing I'm trying to say next. And someone does something really, really good, and then I'm in the middle of a lesson and I don't really want to get distracted by it. So I've been brainstorming some ideas of a system that would work, that would not require a ton of my attention or make me stop and do something in the middle of a lesson. Now I just say a blanket of, if you have a good behavior during the school day and you do not cause any, shall we say, issues or have any complaints or cause any big uproars or problems, then you do get $1 a day. It is a blanket, yes, you did it, or no, you did not. For my youngest, honestly, because toddlers are toddlers, they're going to kind of get bored sometimes with just sitting there, or, you know, they don't want to color that day or whatever it is and listen to you. So I do allow some grace with my youngest son, and that I might pull out the learning bins that I have mentioned before. And that is how I tackle that problem, because usually if I'm having some issues with him, it's because he's antsy and he wants to get down. So just kind of have to assess, like if you have littler kids, kind of why they're getting that way, because you don't want them to disturb classroom time, but you also do want them to get some learning involved as well. So basically, I just kind of give him a little bit of grace, and if he's having kind of a meltdown, I might pull down that bin and talk to him for a minute. But aside from that, you know, if he's not listening and he's really just not behaving that day, he absolutely does not get the money. So for money, I just use the stack of money from Melissa and Doug. It's super easy. I don't, you know, purchase anything or make anything different or special about it, honestly, because I want to make it look like money. And the set that I got did come with coins as well. So for my older son and then my middle daughter, I make sure I give them, you know, the change as well as the actual bills, because then they have to actually learn how to count their change and make $1 and that kind of thing. To store the money for the kids, they just simply use these clear pouches. And I use the clear pouches because that way they actually can see. And it is a reminder throughout the day, hey, I want to earn more money. Because if they see the money kind of sitting in their little bins that we have on the table, then they're like, ooh, you know, it's a little bit more of an incentive to actually continue with good behavior. Okay, so for our store, I just turned this one around real quick just to show you. It is the Learning Resources, you know, Play Cash Register. It's, we have some Melissa and Doug money in here, as I said before. But basically, you know, one of the kids sits behind here and is the cashier. So in our prize bins for our $2 price point, we have, you know, stickers, glow sticks, we have some toy cars and that kind of thing. For our $5 basket, I have a Polly Pocket and some Barbie things. And then I'll put some different animals in here. For right now, there's a cheetah, but you know, I have lions and horses and all the different kinds of animals like gorillas and stuff that I'll be putting in there. And everything I get from, you know, sales or something really good deal. Like, for instance, this little car I got for 25 cents, you know, on sale. And then these stickers I get as well. For this shelf, it is $10 for this shelf. And you have, you know, little things like action figures, as well as, you know, a Melissa and Doug, you know, mermaid stickers, and, you know, these little tiny books for my daughter. I want to make sure, you know, on each shelf there is something, you know, for each kid. So, like, for instance, my daughter really loves joke books. So I tend to do that for her. And then, you know, my older son, you know, can read these, you know, different graphic novels. I do need something on this shelf for $15 for my youngest son, in case he does want to save up and get something. So I'm on the lookout for something for him to fit that category. For the $20 price point, I actually just put these down here, but it is a, you know, Minecraft, you know, torch. I got this, I think, for $5 at Party City, like a couple years ago when it was on sale after Halloween sales. And then this one I got just off Amazon when it had a sale going on. You guys, if you guys ever want to know how I get good deals on Amazon, watch my Amazon haul video. I give some really good tips. And then up here, if you follow, you know, this sign, it says up at the top, it's $25 price point. And that is something like this juggling set I got from Ollie's, as well as, you know, this Briar set. I think I got that at the Sierra Trading Company. I hope you have found this video useful. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe if you have not already done so, and join us along for this awesome journey this year. Bye.